Hello everyone and welcome! Today I've got a special guest with me. This is my beautiful friend, the Dread Romantic. And today we're going to do a Gothic Lolita interview. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We just filmed one of her interviewing me. So now we're going to do the opposite.
Yeah.
First question is your name, occupation, age, and your pronouns.
Right, so my name is Laura. I'm 28, and for my occupation, I'm currently partly on disability and work part-time as an online English teacher, and my pronouns are she, her.
Second question is, what are you wearing today?
So today I am wearing an Antique Beast headdress, Antique Beast choker, Alice in the Pirates necklace, Alice in the Pirates corset, moitié wrist cuffs, moitié bracelet. I don't know how to say this brand. Enchantilly.
Don't ask me.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Moitié socks and house shoes.
Say?
Yeah, you know,
very nice.
just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yeah.
Nice. So the third question is, how long have you been wearing the fashion, and what influenced you to start?
So the very first time I started wearing Lolita was when I was 14 or 15, I think. I think like freshman year of high school, and I was a young freshman, so I think 14. And I don't remember specifically how I got started. I think I was just on the internet a lot. I think I encountered it through LiveJournal.
Yeah.
Because I remember browsing a lot on LiveJournal and like admiring all the meet photos and all the girls that were so cute with their brand cords. So I wore it for about 6 months then. I got a couple of main pieces from like the comm sales, but they were, they were not good. They were like $25.
I heard it was like a lot harder to get stuff back then, or that it was very hard.
Yeah.
You had to do group orders and things.
Yeah, and I just was not ready or able to deal with that. You know, I got a petticoat, I got some bodyline shoes, I got a shitty OP, and that was it.
Yeah.
No leg wear, no head wear, no purse, like, yeah. So then I basically forgot about it for a while, and I guess, how old was I, 26?
Yeah, 26, I think.
I do years during my birthday.
Yeah.
And what influenced me to start again? I think I just remembered that it existed, and I'd spent the past couple of years feeling really unhappy with my wardrobe and really frustrated, and I felt like I really wanted to express myself in that way creatively. And I was continually frustrated by buying decently nice clothing, wearing it and being like, this isn't it, this isn't what I want.
I think I can relate to that, because I was also like, remember, I didn't feel like pretty or nice in like normie clothes. I was just like, it's clothes. Like, it doesn't make me feel anything. And totally relate to that.
So that, once I got back to it, I was just like blissful. And I was like, oh my god, this is it, this is what I've been wanting. So that is what influenced me to restart.
Yeah, perfect. So question number 4 is, so have you always worn Gothic, or do you want to try other styles? Have you tried other styles?
Yeah, so I would say when I was ultra baby Lolita, I was really into the Alice in the Pirates look. That I think Alice in the Pirates had only been created not long, like...
Yeah, when was it created even?
I think I was like around 2008, 2009 that I got into it, and I think that's around when Alice in the Pirates came around. So that was like, oh my god, I love that, and I was kind of you know, I was 14, so I'm allowed to be cringe.
Yes, of course.
But I was into steampunk, and they had that sort of piratey...
I get what you mean, that sort of look.
So that's what I loved then. Of course, I did a very bad job of it. And modern Laura's attempts, I do wear art classic as well as Gothic. Sweet, I think it's adorable, especially the style of sweet that you and some of the other girls wear.
Thank you.
And I've tried it on, and it's like, you know, when you're wearing your Lolita cord, and it feels like you're just everything.
It feels right.
It feels right. It's you.
And it feels like you.
Yeah, and that light isn't there when I wear sweet. Like, you can see it in my
Yeah.
face where I'm like...
Yeah. And that's how I feel like wearing Gothic as well. I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful in other people, but it's not
not
me.
you.
Yeah.
I'm sort of interested in going into more traditional classic, but I'm also... I feel like I would make a mistake if I actually tried it, because what would happen is I'd wear it and they'd be like, oh, this looks so cute.
Yeah.
But it's not me. And I just spent, $1,000
And
on...
older classic is not cheap.
No,
is
it's
it?
not. It's really
And it's
not.
hard to get as well. Or
And it's
that's
very
what I've
size...
gathered
Yeah,
as
like,
well.
I think...
Yeah, small
You don't want to
size.
have to eat light for a couple of days to fit into your
Oh,
dress.
that's so sad.
Yeah, that's not a good feeling.
No.
So...
No.
I think I'll continue, because I love, like, old Victorian maiden, which is basically, they had some proper Gothic and some things that can be used very easily for Gothic, and even modern Victorian maiden, like the Swan Lake OP that I got.
Yeah.
That could have come from Moitié,
Yeah.
or Moitié, so I just have to keep an eye out for the good shit. In terms of classic.
Yeah.
I've just totally gone in a different
No,
direction.
and that's the fun in it. Question number 5. What drew you to Gothic Lolita originally?
So, I love literature. I love poetry and history. And one of my favorite literary movements is the Gothic movement.
Yeah.
I could go on and on about it. It's like people have a very inaccurate view of what it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I love Gothic literature, and I love that with especially older Gothic Lolita, especially older Moitié, it just has this Gothic maiden, Gothic heroine vibe. Yeah. Like, you could be wandering in a graveyard, awaiting your vampire
It has
lover.
the vibe.
It just has it. It just has it.
Yeah.
And I am a goth. I listen to goth music, even if I've never really gotten into dressing in the traditional goth style. I've been that way since I was like 14 or 15, so of course I'm just by nature attracted to darker modes of culture. Music, literature, poetry, fashion.
Yeah, I admire that very much. And you said that you read a lot and poetry and literature and stuff, and that's something I really admire, because I'm like completely opposite. I can't even finish a book. And
I gave you Jane Eyre, didn't I?
Yeah, and I'm like halfway through, but I'm a very slow reader, and it's just not my thing. But I think it's so interesting to see like the differences and how different people. Yeah,
absolutely.
Question number 6. What are your favorite brands, or your favorite brand, and why?
So, I would say my favorite brands are Moitié, especially older Moitié, Eglfashion, Antique Beast, and Victorian Maiden.
Yes.
Those are the 4. Why? I mean, like, I guess I already talked about how older Moitié has that Gothic maiden vibe. It has this, it's feminine, but it's, I don't know, it's a different kind of femininity. You can't
describe it. Yeah, it's more like
it's like a translucent,
it's a feeling. It's like a vibe. It's feminine, but it's like otherworldly.
Yes, exactly. It's like Moitié made their own world.
Yeah.
And you can sort of take part in it when you wear that style. And it's so special. As for Antique Beast, it's just fucking cool. It's like vampires. Like, I mean, it's not perfect in terms of fit for me. It often tends to be quite short, and all of my stuff I've had to have length added and some adjustments made to bust and waist.
Yeah, like you said earlier, a lot of their pieces are very short.
Yeah, we were having this discussion earlier. But I love the feeling of the clothing, and I have another order on the way that I'll be filming a video for an unboxing for when it arrives in a couple of weeks. Check it out. Very Vampire Princess vibe. Exactly. Vampire Princess is how I describe Antique Beast, which is one of like the titles of the aesthetics that I pursue with Lolita, Vampire Princess. Then we also have Vampire Mistress, Gothic Heroine. Those 3.
Yes.
So, and Eglfashion, I like their austerity. I like their elegance. I like the way that they use layering of simple pieces to make something more elaborate. It's just very nice. Yeah. They've been going more towards sort of classic lately, and they've lost a bit of their edge and a little bit of their something. So I'm not buying from them as much, but I'd say like 70% of my blouses are Eglfashion. And yeah, they're great for simple pieces
Yeah.
that you use for layering.
Yeah. No, that's sad, but it happens to a lot of brands
They
that you like.
change.
They change,
Yeah.
and we just have to accept
You
that,
just have to
I
craft.
guess.
Yeah. And then for Victorian Maiden, it's just, I like when they do Gothic and with darker classic. It's very elegant. I just love it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to say. It looks nice. It vibes.
It's a good answer. Hello, we are back. My camera died, so I had to change to Laura, so that it might be a slight change in the quality.
Yeah.
That's why. So, question number 7, is it? What are the current trends in Gothic Lolita, and what are your thoughts on them?
So I don't know like right this moment what is trending, but for a while there was a lot of nun dresses and nun pieces coming out, like last year and a little bit the year before that. Moitié re-released their nun OP, their iconic nun OP. They released a nun collar.
Yes.
To sort of, yeah, you guys got me one for my birthday last year. And then Shiglet re-released one of their nun OP, 2 of their nun OPs. And yeah, there's just been a sort of general revival in loving the nun look, which is a long-standing sort of...
Not a classic.
Yeah, a classic Gothic look. Nuns more than monks for some reason.
You said that there were a couple of re-releases of older prints. Do they
Not prints, but dresses.
No, dresses.
Yeah.
Do they re-release a lot of...
Not, so Moitié, I'm sure a lot of people would like them to re-release more.
Yeah.
I would say right now, a lot of the dresses that they have come out with have been re-releases, unfortunately worse quality.
Yeah.
Or changes that make it lose some of its original charm.
Yeah.
But it's still nice that they're re-releasing, like the Iron Gate OP.
Yeah.
That was nice, you know. I hope that they re-release some others in the future, but we'll see.
Yeah.
And other trends, you know, I feel, besides that, I feel like each brand sort of does its own little thing.
Yeah.
Like Atelier Piero always has their thing going on. So yeah, that was the only real trend, and I like it. I love nun Lolita, hence asking for the color.
You do really nice nun cords, and I think you have a lot of nice pieces to do them.
I think it's a look that benefits from simplicity.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you know how to coordinate simply but elegantly, you're golden.
Question number 8. Who are your Lolita style icons, and who inspire you right now?
So, Mana-sama, of course. Iconic. Besides that, there's some people on Instagram. There's one person in particular who is no longer active on Instagram. I don't know how to say her name, and I'll link her, or I'll send you a link to link her. She did a really amazing, beautiful, a lot of all black kuro, but lots of playing with textures. And she just was an amazing Gothic simple icon, like simple Gothic icon. But it was always very elegant and very beautifully done, and a lot of both new and older pieces.
Oh, it's a shame. I've experienced the same thing with Sweet Lolitas that are like, oh, this style is just like, mwah, and then suddenly they're gone.
There's another one that I can't think of, but she's also no longer active on Instagram, but she would always do these amazing, very carefully considered coordinates. A lot of dark classic as well. Like beautiful hats, beautiful corsets, beautiful... I
love me some.
And I found Andrea, who was the Moitié, like, what was
Designer?
it? No, she did the English language and Japanese, I think, like marketing and stuff. She was really active during the pandemic with coordinating Moitié's sort of international community. And she always had amazing stuff. She would often use new Moitié pieces in ways that I had never seen. Like, you know, you never thought about doing it. It would always be super tasteful, super beautiful. She doesn't post much anymore. I think she got a new job. I'm sure she still wears Lolita probably, but she's just not updating her social media with it. And then the final person, there's someone I thought about who... No, I can't remember their name.
No.
But that's, that's
like normal people or
normal people.
Instagram and
Instagram is the main way that I get inspiration from other Lolitas.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Question number 9. Excuse me. What are your controversial opinions on Gothic Lolita and or its wearers? Or do you have any?
I do.
First?
I
Yes?
have some thoughts.
Okay. Spill the tea.
I mean, mostly what is Moitié doing? What is Neo Moitié doing? Who's their designer? What are they thinking? There's so much beautiful material to draw inspiration from, and they're just releasing this
Rags or
just
like
shit.
strips of fabric.
Yeah, no, it's just like, who wants that? It's just, there's so much potential for the revival, and they're squandering it, and I don't know, it's just so disappointing, and the quality's worse, which, you know, it's 2022 with everything going on. It's understandable. Not every company can be baby.
No, that's
it's
true.
Just, what are they thinking? What are they smoking? Like,
yeah, I've seen some weird or
it's not that everything they release is bad. Like the Iron Gate OP, it was lovely.
Release.
Yeah, it was lovely, but they're not doing anything original, and the original things they do are fucking ugly.
I guess
there's none of that spirit.
No, I guess they moved away a bit from like.
Yeah, it's a different designer.
Yeah.
I know that they were searching for a new one for a while, but it doesn't have it. It doesn't have the maidenly, otherworldly, heavenly, gothic.
That's sad.
Yeah,
it's very sad.
So that means that you have to buy Old Moitié if you want to achieve that, and the
prices. Yeah.
Oh, the pain.
And it's hard to get as well.
It's very rare.
Yeah. And
now it's slowed down a little bit. People aren't snapping up just a basic blouse for 22,000 yen or whatever immediately, but it's still anything worthwhile gets snapped up, or the bids go crazy, or it's put up for like a $600 buy it now, and you're like, so it's painful. The pain.
Yeah.
Another thing is that I kind of feel like a lot of Gothic Lolitas, it did have its own sort of revival, and I'm saying this as someone who only started wearing Lolita again in the past 2.5 years, almost 3 years, so it's not like I can judge from a position of like great, authority and great wisdom and great, longevity in the fashion, but I do think
yes, you can.
People or some Gothic Lolitas are kind of unoriginal.
Yeah.
There's a lot of buy Iron Gate, buy the matching Moitié socks, put some platform heels on them. Yeah.
I guess compared to Sweet, it's a bit harder maybe to be original and creative.
Yeah, or I don't see as much of it.
Yeah.
And part of it could just be because the community's smaller.
Yeah, that's true. That's true as well.
There's not going to be as many opportunities for unique coordinates.
Yeah. But I think you're very good at that, and using different textures, materials, colors, of course, things like that.
And again, since the color palette is more limited than classic and sweet, that can also play a part.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
If you aren't willing to experiment with things like
black,
silhouette,
white, blue.
then it can be a bit boring. And having a very good feeling for balance, I think, is especially important with Gothic. So I find there's a lot of really boring Gothic clothes.
Yeah,
they just slap it the same cord together, and that's it.
Yeah.
So those are my 2 controversial things. What the fuck is Moitié doing? And
be more creative.
Yeah.
Question number 10. What is your least favorite things about wearing Gothic?
I'd say it's prices of the good shit is crazy. Yeah, and it's really frustrating to try and find it for a good price, and you just have to be willing, if you want beautiful things, you just have to be willing to pay out the ass for it.
Yeah, and most people are particular about what they want, so that's...
Yeah, and then I also can find it frustrating that it's not as popular as some other sub-styles. I mean, Sweet basically.
Yes.
And so you can feel sort of like the odd one out at meets, and you can feel like there's no one in your close community that you can sort of talk to about new releases and
connect to with that
on
part.
that level.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah. So and sell too. Buy it, swap and sell. Yeah. So you are not a lone Lolita, but you're a little more lone as a Gothic Lolita and as a dark classic Lolita.
So the last question is question number 11. That is there anything you would like to say to baby Laura?
Oh god, it's hard to 14-year-old Laura. I would say stick with it, and that it's okay to have basically nothing.
Yeah.
But if I had been able to have gotten really more into Lolita and stuck with it, I think it would have been really good for me, like having a community of other girls that understood that part of me, because I love, like, you know, I had wonderful, basically I was part of a trio, and we were great friends and stuff, but neither of them really got that side of me that liked to collect dolls and that was into Lolita fashion, and I didn't have anyone to wear it with, and my family were not as, they didn't understand it.
No.
And they weren't like excited about it.
No,
and I was a very shy, very like sort of socially awkward at that age especially, and it took a lot of time for me to develop into the confident person that I am now.
Because you need confidence to wear this fashion. It's not for everyone.
No, and it's one thing as an adult to develop the confidence, but when you're a teenager, you sort of need your loved ones to support you.
Yes.
For most people, I'm sure that there's very strong, sassy teenagers that are willing, you know, of course, it's an alternative fashion. Teenagers have always been part of alternative fashion, but I was not equipped to withstand Lolita fashion at the time.
You have to have someone on your team. Yeah, and for me that's also been very important to get friends with the same interest. I also have like other friends that I'm super close with, but they're not like involved in that world, and it's a big part of who I am and like my hobby, my main interest. So I can definitely see that. And after getting friends and everything in the community, it's just
it's wonderful.
So much better.
Yeah. So I think I would have told her to stick with it and to reach out and to become part of the community. And to get a really good wardrobe. And to buy more table
before it was
twice the retail price. And I could have fit into it all as a tiny.
Yeah, that's true. That's a valid point.
So that is what I tell baby Laura. And in terms of like baby adult Laura, Lolita, I think I did a good job. Kind of like what you said. I think I did a very good job sitting down, thinking through my purchases, planning out my coordinates, knowing what I wanted to look like. Obviously there was some false starts and some things that I had to sell because they just didn't suit me, or I realized they didn't actually reflect the style that I wanted. But that's just a natural part of Lolita, and it wasn't a mistake. I learned from it.
Yeah.
So that was, thank you for interviewing me.
You're welcome. I really much enjoyed it, and I hope you did as well. And that's it. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
See you next time. Bye.
Time to eat.